Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough. Yes. Alright, so, if you may remember last time we had worked on this this building right here, which is our quartz crystal factory, which is going to be... Let me turn on to this here. There we go. Quartz crystal factory, which is going to be delivering it's going to be making our quartz crystal and our silica. So this factory is kind of just hanging out over here, just kind of waiting to be built. Essentially, we got part of it built last time. We got the outside structure, kind of the main structured theme. We still got more to do, but yeah. Also. At the end of the episode, I did say that I was going to connect up the quartz up to the train station, which I have done. I was a little bit cheaty when it came to this one, and this is a little method if you want to try and hide your belts under the ground. Basically, I wonder if I can have an example of this. Okay, yeah, I need that. I need that. So let's say I want to grab this box, and let's say I want to go over here with this box, right? Now it's probably not too long for a belt, but I'm going to say that's too long for a belt. Let's say that the distance is much greater. So what you can do is you can take something like a 2-meter foundation, and let's put it roughly between the two. That's fine. This is kind of like Factorio style building here. Because if you remember in Factorio, if you wanted to be able to walk around your pipes, you do underground pipes. And this is roughly that same type of method. So right there, we're just going to go ahead and do that. We're also going to go ahead and we're not going to put it down. Don't put it on any floor holes, okay? Because what you're going to do is your lift is going to be on the ground. What you are going to put down, though, is you are going to grab yourself a conveyor pole. Put it roughly in the middle. It doesn't matter where you want it. Wherever you want it, it's fine. But then you're going to take a lift, and let's say that's the beginning one, because yes, that's how they're placed. We're going to take our Mark V belt, we're going to swap it into reverse mode, and we're going to drop it down fairly below. It doesn't have to be, don't go too far, I wouldn't say, but definitely go a fair ways, probably like one tick. This way if it's on like a hill or something, the belt won't clip above the ground. But yeah, you can do that. And do this. And we'll do the same on this side. So if your belt is too long, you kind of set up one of these. And we don't need to push that down below the ground, luckily. Then we're going to do that. Now, if you take your belt, if they're close enough to the surface, they will snap, as you can hear it. Clink. Snaps right on in. And then I can click it. And now I've got the belt connected to that lift. And then, clink, I can click it. Now, I'm not going to click it now, because I won't be able to get these back. So do be aware that this method will, if you end up ever having to remove the belt, upgrade the belt, anything like that, it is nearly impossible. Now, there is a way involving train stations and using trains, because trains don't care about terrain, and you can run, basically you take a track and you run it into the ground below, and then you take a train down into that below the ground, and then you exit out, being very careful not to fall into the void, but then you could upgrade or delete from there. But yeah, like I said, don't do it unless you absolutely sure. It's the same with pipes as well. Pipes aren't as bad, because pipes you can put like you put floor holes in them, and then delete the floor holes, and it'll delete the whole thing. But if you're deleting lifts, that won't delete the belt. So definitely be sure that that's what you want. Starting it off with a tutorial today. Let's go. That's okay. It was a really cool method, though, because I was it's kind of in a sticky situation, right, where it's just like, I could run the belt along here, but then I kind of raised up this walk path so that you can walk underneath it for a reason. So I don't want a belt running along there. I could run the belt along the thing, but again, it's like, well, I've got this quartz already running this way. Why don't I just run it up into this line and go that way? So I wanted a reason to be able, or I wanted it to make it look like it's not possible to connect up into this, or can't really see it. So, also I need to change the color of this. Not that. That needs to be carbon steel. I put this in place so you can't see the stuff going into the ground. But yeah, it comes out of there, goes there, and then it goes over to here. And see, I put this one nice little piece. You know what we could do? Grab rail there. I could run a rail along this, just to kind of be like keep out type deal. Let me color that. And the reason I colored that miner is because I did change colors slightly. The purple is slightly more purple now because it was more pink. It was more bubblegum pink than purple. So I decided to swap it and make it look like a little more purple because it is quartz. And then of course what that does is it goes from here to here and it merges with this belt right here, coming from that miner, and then it goes all the way around. And we could have done underground here as well. I guess it would have been too bad. But I just ran it around here and then just underneath the rail line, up and over, and then into the train station. And then this one comes from this side. Yeah, it comes from this side. I think this one's still the... Yeah, it is slightly darker. So we'll go ahead and paint these with all the lag in the world. Okay, good enough. But yeah, and also I ran into an issue. I've never run into this issue before, but I ran into an issue. So this train station right here, I had to rebuild it and the entire platform. And the reason was because every time I placed this train station, it was ever so slightly crooked. It was like kinked roughly half a degree or so, or less than half a degree. It wasn't enough to notice when you first start placing the train station. Like if you look close, you can see it, but if you didn't look close, it wasn't too bad. And then as this train station got longer, the train station would start out here looking like this, and then the next train over, or the end of the train station, would actually be over the top of this black strip right here, over the top of this black line. It was instead of being here, it was actually here by the time the train station was all finished. And no matter what I did placing it, I was placing this train station directly on the foundation. I started in the middle, I tried it a few times, and it just was not becoming square. So basically, how did I fix that? Well, what I did was I took a foundation and I placed it roughly away from the train station, but what I would do is I'd go up to it and I would try to get it to match the height, either the height or within where the height was the same, that way the train line wasn't elevated. But yeah, you just take your foundation, I tried to get it as close as I could to where the original one was placing. And when I did this, when I placed it up against this, like here, there was actually a gap that would start here, and then it would end up being here. So you can see there's you probably can't see on your screen, but there's to me, there's a perfect gap right there from end to end. It doesn't, it's not on an angle, but the original, this one was. I don't know how that happened. I think what might have happened was probably the train station. I probably put a piece on one of the end of the corners and used that as a basis to start a new grid. And well, the train station, even though it can be rotated with the foundation, and your foundations can be rotated within those increments can be made even smaller by using things like rails or anything that's true free placement. Rails are true free placement. They can be placed anywhere at any angle. as long as the angle's not too sharp, of course. But they can be placed at any angle, and they can be placed off rotation of what the foundations can do. And the train station, when putting it on a foundation, does not expect you to be when it's being placed on a foundation, does not expect you to be off that ½ degree, so it wasn't being placed correctly. So basically what I did was I did that method, completely deleted the entire foundation, completely rebuilt it with the by free placing that foundation from that grid, and then when I put the train station back on it, voila, it was perfect. And the problem that I was having was the belts, actually. When trying to put down these belt stackers, they would never match up to the train station. I could never get them to match correctly while, just placing them from here to here. Of course, I could have placed them from there to there, and there to there, and it probably would have been fine. But I wanted it to be perfect. And now that I knew it was it wasn't square, it was going to bother me till the end of time. Sorry for all the talking, but yeah, I thought it'd be, pretty cool to share that with y'all. I spent hours fixing that yesterday. But yeah, we got our quartz coming up here, which is very good. So today's plan, we're finally getting around to today's plan. Sorry about that. We are going to be placing our machines for our quartz factory. So we're going to be making quartz crystal, and we're going to be making silica. Now, I do need to get my numbers together so that I know how much I'm going to need to be making. And we're going to see if it'll all fit in here, if we need to do multiple floors or whatever. So let me get those numbers together, and then we will... it is kind of laggy around here, isn't it? Maybe it's because I was flying? I don't know. But yeah, we do need to get that together, so it could be because of that factory. We might be close enough to this factory that it's just kind of lagging a little bit. But once the quartz crystal factory is done, then we're going to be moving on to a completely different biome. We're going to be moving down to the swamp biome down there, to Depresso land, where all the color is gone. Yeah, we'll be moving to Depresso. I call it Depresso land because when you get into that area, there's very little color in the world. So it's like Depresso land. We'll be moving down there to build a few factories as well. Now I'm probably what I'm thinking about doing is grouping factories, like we could do it's like rotor, stators, and motors down there. That would be pretty cool. Or any other kind of grouping like that would be really, really cool. Of course, we're going to need to create a bypass that goes from basically that end to connect up, running parallel with this main line here. Because we don't want them to have to go out of the swamp, go all the way up that way to the west, and then come back down this way to get to the desert. We just want them to go straight from there to there. And there is a ramp portion roughly right around that area. There's a little pass that will bring you down here, so we'll be using that. But anyway, like I said, today's plan: numbers, factory, go. Alrighty, so we got some news. We're gonna have to change up plans here slightly. It's not gonna take very long to do this, but we need to unlock the rest of the tiers. And the reason we need to unlock the rest of the tiers is because the stuff we're quartz crystal and silica and the crystal oscillators and all that stuff, I don't have any recipes for that stuff to be used in, other than the radio control units. And the radio control units, I have no recipes where they're being used, what they're used in. See, I know where a lot of this stuff goes, I just don't remember the numbers. And in order for me to run the numbers, I gotta have my numbers, Gotta have the recipe numbers. I don't remember the recipe numbers. Forget that. I could barely remember a lot of these recipes, just normally. Remembering the numbers is... oh, God. It's not possible for me. Also, I forgot that pillar is there. Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go down to the hub, and we're going to have to unlock all the rest of the tiers. Because in order to do quartz crystal stuff, I'm going to need those numbers. And I'm going to need those recipes unlocked. Because I am locked behind tiers right now. I am in tiers because of the tiers. Milestones. Whatever you want to call it. Whatever makes you sleep good at night. Well, we do have a lot of this stuff, so the only thing we don't have is the radio control units, which I'll just buy, because I have a bunch of tickets here, so... let's buy some radio control units. At least I think we can make, or I think we could buy those. We might not be able to. Yeah, we can. Okay. What's happened? Why did it kick me out?
Thank you for your purchase in the Fix-It Awesome Shop, the best store on the planet.
Yes. Yes, the best store on the planet. I don't usually it kicks you to the purchases, but for some reason it kicked me out entirely. Okay, so we need aluminum. 2 stacks of that, and a stack of that. Oh, and wire, of course. Right there. 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Okay, let's unlock advanced aluminum production. Not that that's necessary, but...
Milestone reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fix-It does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fix-It predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
Yeah, so I'm an average. Yeah, that makes sense. Freaking hate it, man. Man, I love Ada. Okay. Advanced aluminum production, which did unlock the heatsink, the cooling system, the fuse modular frame, as well as the use of nitrogen gas. We can scan for crude oil now, which is kind of useless. We can scan for the... Oh, no, never mind, sorry. These are the well nodes for oil, which means we'll be able to finish the plastic production eventually. But yeah, having all this is really, really nice. And the packaged nitrogen gas. We've got heat sinks, cooling systems, which we need for the project parts anyway, and we need in the fuse modular frame. So yeah, we're just going to unlock this as well. More radio control units. Oh, let me select it actually, so I know what I need. It's like, yeah, I'm just going to unlock all this for now. That way we can get all of the stuff that we need. Alright, so more radio control units. Yeah, it kicks you out. It used to kick you to the purchases, not kicks you out entirely. At least I thought so. Maybe I'm stupid. That's probably what it is. I'm probably just stupid. Yeah, I have 31 hard drives. And the reason I have 31 hard drives is because sorry, my brain just drew a blank there. Is because we went around the entire map and we grabbed all the hard drives available. I have not bought a single hard drive yet. But that will have unlocked some alternates. Okay. And then I need... I think I got enough motors. 51, 2, 53. Yeah, I got a little too many, but that's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and unlock this one. Alrighty. Let's get the next one started there. Oops. What's happening? There we go. Sorry, it was like I tabbed back in, but then it's just like, nope, you're not tabbing back in. I'm just like, no, why? Aeronautical engineering, let's go. I don't think I'll probably ever use drones, but we'll see.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fix-It had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fix-It property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
Oh, yeah? The reason I don't use drones, there is a couple of reasons I don't use drones. One of the reasons is no longer valid. It used to be because of batteries. Batteries were a huge pain in the butt to produce the amount of batteries that drones needed in order to keep flying and have a good drone network. But so that reason is no longer valid. We'll throw that out right away. But the other reason I don't use drones is because of the low capacity. Sure, they can fly across the map incredibly quickly, but you're only delivering what, nine storage, 9 ports, 9 inventory slots worth of material, while a train car can hold 32. Now you think, well, the train's slower than the drone port, then the drone's going to be able to deliver. It's like, not really. The train is actually pretty fast. Depends on how you build your rail network. If you got a lot of hills in your rail network, it's going to take longer. But if you try to build elevated and try to keep the trains not so much up on a roller coaster, like I tend to do sometimes, they tend to go a lot faster. But delivering across the map, I'm going to be able to deliver way more with a couple of freight cars than your couple of drones will ever be able to do across the map. I have tested this in the past. They might have increased the speed of drones since then, but yeah, just kind of on like it's before creative mode came out. I used the bootleg creative mode, which is basically using a mod in order to insert commands to disable all the building requirements and stuff. And I built a train, and it's just like, yeah, the trains actually do move a lot of material, even though they're slower than a drone. You're talking 32 slots versus 9, and a 16, fluid capacity. Trains can also move fluids. Drones can't. Drones cannot move fluids. They can move packaged fluids, yes, but you have to package them first in order to move them by drone. So that's why trains are just all around better, in my opinion. Again, it's all opinion based. That's what I love about Satisfactories. You can build however you like, and as long as you're making progress, it doesn't matter how well things are optimized. It could be optimized to the moon, or it could take you several real life days to produce a single product. It doesn't matter, as long as you're making progress. Satisfactory does not care how you build it. So that's what I love about this game. It's so, like, everybody's gameplay is going to be completely different for the most part, depending on what people want to do. So really nice. All right, let's go ahead and get the stuff for the next. So select milestones. Okay, we need 50 supercomputers, 200 heavy modular frame. Oh, I can see it there, of course. I'll just buy these. We don't have a heavy modular frame factory, so I think they come in stacks of. Actually, no, I don't know. Let me. Dang it! I really wish it would kick me over here. All right, so they come in stacks of 50. That's 1, 2. Alright, and then supercomputers. I know I usually don't like to ram through this kind of stuff, but I kind of need this kind of stuff unlocked in order to continue to build factories. That's how it usually goes. I say, I'm never going to ram through the stuff, and then I end up doing that. But I'm already kind of at that point anyway, so I guess you could argue that. Alright, and then cable. Okay. There's 1,000, and then concrete. There's 2,000. Okay. So now we get everything we need. We'll just gotta wait for the ship to come back. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and grab that. Get all of that placed. Like I said, only doing this because I need the recipes unlocked in order to build the quartz crystal factory. So. Just saying.
Milestone reached. The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Well, you're going to be noting down a lot then, because I'm a long ways away from that, buddy. Alright, leading edge production. Yeah, like I said, yeah, I'm just gonna buy these because I need them in order to produce with quartz. And it's like, you keep telling yourself that. It was 2 of these, right? No, dang it. Purchases. Okay. I forgot to select the actual milestone. Alright. So 50 of those, 100 of those, and 1,000 pipe. Okay, we just gotta wait for that to come back, and then we'll put these in. Alrighty, and for the next one, just gonna pop these in place. Let's see what we get.
The Miner Mark III provides top-of-the-line resource extraction potential, making it even easier to contribute to project assembly. Project part number 8, the thermal propulsion rocket, is the most complex project part of this phase as it requires turbo motors, and thus requires your best. Fix-It didn't think pioneers such as you could get this far. I am glad we have both proven them wrong.
Oh, that is too funny. I freaking love Ada though. Ada's great. Alright, let's do the last one here, and then we'll have everything unlocked so we can start unlocking new recipes too. Alright, so... Okay, so turbo motors... Luckily we can buy all this. Yeah, so 1 thing of turbo motors, 2 things of fused modular frames, 1 of cooling systems. I don't know how many you get with cooling systems, so yeah, we'll just buy all those. Dang it, stop kicking me back out. Alright, so 1 more of cooling systems then. Again, apologies for this. I didn't plan on ramming through, but don't really have a choice in the matter here. Necessarily. Okay. Oh, and then 2,000 quick wires, so... Quick wire. 51, 52, 50. Okay. Alright, and there's all the stuff for particle enrichment, and then we're going to start unlocking some recipes with the hard drive as well as we build. Okay, let's unlock this last little bit. We are very far away from having this available to us, but we can at least get it unlocked and get our recipes.
Milestone reached. Project part number 9, nuclear pasta, can be created in the particle accelerator. The accelerator has vast and fluctuating power demands, depending on the recipe, so will need careful integration with your factory. Fix-It does not waste, so nuclear waste can be refined by the particle accelerator into plutonium for reuse in the nuclear power plant.
Yep.
Fun fact, Fix-It psychologists suggest factory designs reflect the minds of their creators in unexpected ways. On an unrelated note, your infrastructural choices have been interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Dear Ada. Yeah, last time, in Season 3, we didn't bother making plutonium fuel rods. We just we put all of our nuclear waste in a bunker far away from the site. We built a concrete bunker and had the train deliver it all every time they were getting full. So it was pretty funny. We had it was like several gigantic storage crates full of nuclear waste, and on the Satisfactory calculator map, you can actually see radiation areas, and that was a big radiation area. It was massive. Oh man, you couldn't even go anywhere within, what was it, a quarter of a mile without starting to get irradiated from it. At one point. Freaking hilarious, man. Alright, let's throw some hard drives into the mix here. Hard drive, okay. Let's grab all these and we'll just unlock them as we go. I don't have any in the hard drive library. I've been unlocking all of them, so that would have unlocked a lot of new recipes. So now, when I look at quartz crystal, I can see what it's used in, and it's used in the crystal oscillator, obviously, in this one, in that crystal oscillator. Okay, so these did not unlock like I thought they would, but I had almost no recipes for the silica. I don't think I had any recipes for the silica, to be honest. Oh, the high-speed connector, of course. Well, that's an alternate. What I was looking for, non-fissile uranium. Oh, so we didn't have to fast track all of that. I thought it would give me some. Yeah, because I don't have numbers for that kind of stuff. What are we looking at for numbers-wise? Like quartz crystal. For the crystal oscillator, we're looking at like 18 per minute. And yeah, 18, we'll say like 20 per minute, and maybe at its max, at its peak, if we fully overclock it, so 100 per minute roughly, to make a bunch of quartz crystal. I just want to get a ratio here. And then the silica. Since I'll be able to choose. Distilled silica, we'll get you silica. What is it used in? I don't really care about the alternates right now, although the circuit board one's not too bad. But we'll probably just use the plastic because I've already calculated for it. Yeah, silica. So if we were to do, say, like non-fissile uranium, which takes uranium waste into that, we can go 250. So 62 silica per minute. Looks like it's roughly 1 in 1. We can say, or say we wanted to use this, right? Yeah, that one's 100. If we use that alternate, we could also use this alternate. 100, 100. Okay, now let's look at quartz crystal. We'll say 200 per minute. It's just rough numbers that I'm doing, by the way. Used in, yeah. So that one, that's 45. This one's 46. So 100. We could just say 100. So yeah, we'll just split up the silica. We'll split up the silica stuff. But yeah, we have no more. We have no more tiers to unlock. We are all out of tiers. We're all dried up. We got our crying out of the way. Let's get back to the factory building. Okay, so now back over here at this factory here that we were doing. Yeah, so I did manage to find out how much quartz crystal I need. I need 180 for my entire recipe. That's it. I don't need any silica or anything like that. Silica is kind of useless. At the current moment, we're still going to make it. Like I said, we're going to make it half and half. It's just I need to figure out how much quartz crystal is going to take to make 180 units, or 180 per minute. We're also going to start using the Mark IIIs, by the way, because yeah, we'll have to buy the stuff for now, but the Mark III miners, replacing those is definitely going to up our production and a lot of stuff, because we're like some of the stuff like the Illumina factories, not 100%, because I didn't have enough. I think I didn't have enough bauxite to run what I wanted there. So, or maybe I did manage to get enough bauxite. I don't remember. It has been a while. Ooh, special. Yeah, we're gonna throw down a MAM. We'll throw it down over here. Yeah, we're just gonna select infused uranium cell, sure. All right, hard drive scan. Takes about it takes 10 minutes each, so yeah, we got plenty of time. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. So organization, we're not going to get much built today. I've already wasted so much of you guys' time just messing around. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's go. Yeah, quartz crystal. Fully overclock it. 56. I guess I could just figure it out. 180 divided by, was it 56.25, was it? Not 56025, 56.25. Oh gosh. What am I doing? There we go. Take roughly 3 constructors. Yeah, 56.25. So in order to do this, it's going to be 3 constructors. And we'll do 3 times 93.75 times 3. 281. Yeah, I think we've got that covered. Alright, so we'll do a half and sell it. We'll make as much as we can by this mine, so... Okay, so now I've got my numbers. We've got 1,980 coming in as far as quartz crystal. We got 900 per minute, which is going to be 20 machines at 45 quartz export. 45. We're making 45 per minute from those 20 per machine. So, and then we've got 800 per minute on the silica, which is going to be 10 machines, which is 90 per machine. Or sorry, that should have been 80. Yeah, oops. That should have been 80 per machine. So why did I set this up this way? I set this up this way because 900 will give me an exact number of quartz. When I look at the numbers, when you look at your numbers here, and you do 900 quartz crystal per minute, you're doing... rather than doing, was it 56 or something like that? If I look at that quartz crystal. And it's already off with the 22.5, but yeah, see the 56.25. And then as soon as you start, if you did like 1,000 quartz, you're going to end up with raw quartz. You're going to end up needing like 1,666 or something like that. I think that's what the math came out to. Yeah, it's really weird, and I wanted it to be exact numbers for both of them coming in, so then we can work on getting belts to them. So in 1980, we've got the we've got the 45 per minute on the 20 machines, and then got the 80 per minute on the 10 machines there. So it'd be nice if you made more quartz crystal, because then I could do 90 per minute on the 20 machines, but can't do that. I mean, I could do it with the overclocking, but with the summer sloop, but I'm not going to summer sloop it like we did with the copper sheets factory. I'm going to do normal. Okay, so we've got 30 machines to foot down. Looks like it's going to be multiple floors. Kind of expected. I was actually pretty well expected to have happen, so... was it 4? I'm going to pull this over. Oh! Give me that. Zoop that over. Just trying to get a boundary here. Gotta lay down some boundaries, like you do with children. Gotta lay down some boundaries so that they know when they overstep. Or they know where the rules lie. Yeah, you can't make them follow the rules, but you can definitely make them understand what the rules are. Okay. So yeah, basically, rather than having this flat right here, with all this, we're going to go straight up with our windows. Okay, so the silica is definitely the easiest, so we could definitely get quartz crystal going. I just need to get I need to get the quartz coming in here somehow. I want to come in. I actually think I might come in here and then use the foundations as cover that bring the quartz in, like right here, because we're gonna have 3 belts that bring that in. Alrighty, so I finally got that done. Yeah, we got quartz crystal coming in, or quartz coming in all 3 of these lines here. 2 are 600, one is 780. What we might end up doing is putting some crates down to kind of converge these, so the line speed doesn't really matter coming in. It's sort of a little bit of a low balancing thing, but I don't know. So I did manage to put the windows in here. Got the windows in place. This one needs to be the new color. Yeah, both of these do. The new purple. It doesn't look that much different, but it's different enough. Alright, and this one needs to be white. Oops. What? Okay. There we go. Yeah, because this is the silica export. And this is the quartz crystal, because the quartz crystal, we've got the quartz color, and then we've got the little blue tray that they're in. Let's go ahead and C, Control V. Black. Okay, so back to that. Alright, so yeah, we got the quartz crystal coming in. I actually made myself some custom wall supports. I use walls. These are actual wall supports up underneath here, the connection point. There's an actual wall support. You can't really see it when the belts are all in place. But yeah, if I remove this beam, you can see there's wall supports, and we just use the walls to do that. And basically, you take your wall support here, like this, and then you grab another wall support, so hit the H key, or grab another wall, hit the H key, nudge it over twice. Oops. Put that in default mode. Nudge it over twice. Grab your wall connection point there, because you can't nudge them off the wall. At least I haven't been able to. So, and then just go right to the middle of the wall support. Like that. And remove your walls, and you got your wall thing, and then you just take a beam like this, and then we go to the end of that beam, and then whatever angle we want, which that was the angle there. And we just put a couple of the nodes on it. So yeah, just some custom wall supports. Thought they looked pretty nice. So, but yeah, we got the quartz coming in, all 3 lines there. Oh, interesting. That one's not in place. There we go. That's in place. I just used some beams to kind of cover up the entrance here. And then on the outside, we've got the belt, all 3 belts coming in, coming into these different things. There's a slight height difference in 2 different. We got 2 different grids clashing here, so this is the way I kind of fixed that. There we go. Using that, and then this is a half. It's a half a meter off, so yeah, it's fine. It works. There's a little walkway, so, and then that's how the quartz crystal gets into the system. Alright, well, with that though, unfortunately, looking at the time, we are going to go ahead and have to end it here. This might be a bit of a longer episode, and it probably is going to go out later. I would assume it's going to go out much later than it's supposed to. I kind of got a late start today, and it was supposed to be done yesterday, but I ended up doing other things, and you know, my last 2 weeks have been incredibly crazy. But hey, at least we got this done. So yeah, we'll go ahead and leave it here, and we'll do the constructors next time. Hopefully, now that we've got the quartz crystal coming into the factory, how we were going to put it in here. Hopefully now we can actually get going on the actual factory and get it done, and then we can work on the design work after the factory's pretty much done. So we'll do that all next time, hopefully, or not all of it next time, but hopefully get some of it done next time. And because we got sidetracked with the whole tier system thing, getting that done, yeah, that's what kind of threw us off there, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and move on from that, and yeah, like I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.